Hello students, I Ms. Nazia Patwegar welcome you all once again to my YouTube channel Ilm Express. In my last video I discussed the cash flow statement concept wherein I gave you all the format related to traditional method, and within traditional method there are two ways of calculating cash from operations. One is direct method and one is indirect method. So the formats for direct method and the format for indirect method was given, then the cash flow statement was given under the traditional method. So in today's class we will be discussing cash flow statement preparation under Accounting Standard 3 Revised. Now before we go to the format of Accounting Standard 3 Revised cash flow statement, let me tell you all what is this Accounting Standard 3. So before 1997 there was an Accounting Standard 3 which was for fund flow analysis. Later in 1997 it was identified that this accounting standard should be changed. It should be changed in the sense it should be revised. So it was revised in the year 1997. In the year 1997 it was revised, and now it replaced fund flow analysis to cash flow analysis. So from then onwards, Accounting Standard 3 revised is being used for cash flow analysis. As per this accounting standard, students, it is mandatory to prepare cash flow statements. Now it is mandatory to prepare cash flow statement by two companies. It is mandatory for two types of companies. So the one is which the company whose debt and equity both are listed on recognized stock exchange. If your company's debt or equity is listed on recognized stock exchange, then you are supposed to follow Accounting Standard 3 Revised and prepare cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 Revised. So these type of companies came under the purview of Accounting Standard 3 Revised. Then the other companies, all other companies or organizations, you can say, all other companies whose turnover is above 50 crore. If your company's turnover is above 50 crores and you don't have your equity or debt listed in the recognized stock exchange also, but still you are supposed to follow Accounting Standard 3 Revised and prepare your cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 Revised. What is new in Accounting Standard 3? Whether the traditional method is the old method, but as per Accounting Standard 3 there is a new method, the modern method of recording cash flow statement. So that is new in this Accounting Standard 3. The format is different. So let me discuss something related to cash flow statement under Accounting Standard 3. So here under Accounting Standard 3 Revised, cash flow statement is classified into three parts. The first one is operating activities, cash flow from operating activities. So whatever cash the business is making from operating activities, that cash is called as cash from operating activities. And here we will be applying direct and indirect method in the format. Here we will be applying direct and indirect method. So direct method, you all know, I had already discussed. Direct method is including all the cash transactions. When your business is purely based on cash transactions, direct method we apply, wherein gross cash minus gross payments we do, then we get net profit before tax, and we less the tax we get net profit, cash from operations after tax. Whereas in indirect method, some non-cash expenses, incomes, non-cash assets and liabilities, current assets and current liabilities are to be adjusted. So in this indirect method we will be incorporating non-cash transactions. So when we are calculating cash from operating activities, we will either go for direct method or for indirect method, but under Accounting Standard 3 revised. So operating activities in the sense whatever operations are undertaken by the business, from those activities what profits or what cash the company is earning, that we have to show in cash from operating activities. So here net profit minus non-cash items, minus non-cash incomes plus non-cash expenses, then your increase or decrease in current assets and liabilities should be recorded over here. You will get cash from operating activities. It is just like cash from operations in the traditional method. Then second is your investing activities. Investing activities means cash, where cash is invested in business activities. Now cash will be invested in fixed assets. Okay, cash, we may receive cash from disposal of fixed assets. Then we may invest in some companies. So fixed assets, investments, then your other assets, everything comes in this category, investing activities. So where we are investing the money, we are investing money in fixed assets, we are investing money in other companies' shares and debentures. So all that kind of expenses or all that kind of incomes come under the head investing activities. Then lastly it is divided in, the third part is your finance activities. Financing activities, cash flow from financing activities. Financing activities is related to all the fundings of the company, from where the company receives the funds. Okay, the company may receive the funds from public in the form of shares, in the form of debentures. They may receive funds from bank in the form of loans. So all those receipts and payments should be recorded in the financing activities. Shares, debentures issued to the public, bank loan taken from the banks, or bank loan paid to the banks, all those sort of activities will come under financing activities. So this is how Accounting Standard 3 revised cash flow statement is divided into three parts. These are the three important parts. So the entire concept includes this, the Accounting Standard 3 revised includes these three parts, and in that operating activities will have direct and indirect. So here if they ask you, if they say that you have to prepare accounting standard, you have to prepare cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 revised by following direct method, then that means we have to, there is another format. Okay, for this there is another format. When they say prepare accounting standard, prepare cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 revised, then there is another format for preparation of cash flow statement. So both the formats, under direct method, under indirect method, for Accounting Standard 3 revised, I will be discussing in today's class. So I'll be showing now the format for cash flow statement under as per Accounting Standard 3 under direct method. So students, here is your cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 revised under direct method. So this is the format. It is divided into three parts, as I told you all. Cash from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, cash from financing activities. So these are the three heads that you all should know in Accounting Standard 3 revised. All the transactions are recorded under these three heads. So now let us start with the first head, cash from operating activities. Under direct method, there will be total cash receipts minus cash payments. Any amount that is in bracket should be deducted. So the amounts in brackets are supposed to be deducted. So payments are deducted from receipts. We get cash from operations, but this is before tax. We will be deducting the tax. After deducting tax, we get net cash from operations. This net cash will go in the outer column. Then cash flow from investing activities, I told you this is related to our investment in other companies or our investment in fixed assets. So here purchase of fixed assets, when we are purchasing fixed assets, students, the money is going out, the cash is going out, that's why the amount is written in the bracket. Sale of fixed assets, when we sell the fixed assets, cash comes in, that's why the amount is not in bracket. Then interest received, we do investment in the debentures of other companies, that time we receive interest, so that interest should be recorded here. Then the company does investment in the shares of other companies, that time we receive dividend, so that dividend received should be recorded here. So since we are receiving them, they are cash inflows, so they are not kept in bracket, they are without bracket. So total we will be taking out So that total will be net cash from investing activities. Then we have cash from financing activities. Financing, I told you how the funds are raised by the company. Those things are recorded in this head. Like issue of share capital, we are issuing the share capital to the public. So money is coming in. So without bracket, we have kept the amount. Long-term borrowings, we are borrowing long-term loans. So cash is coming in. So we have kept the amount without brackets. Repayment of loan, when we repay the loan, the cash is going out. That's why we have kept the amount in the bracket here. Then interest paid. Debenture holders who have invested in our company, we are supposed to pay them interest. So when we pay them interest paid in bracket because the cash is flowing out. Then those shareholders who have invested in our company, we have to pay them dividend. So dividend paid in bracket. So like this, net cash from financing activities we will get. So all the three heads total, operating total, investing activities total and financing activities total should come in the outer column. All other adjustments should come in the inner column. Items to be added should be kept without brackets. Items to be deducted should be kept in bracket. And then after adding the net cash from all these three activities, we get what? Net increase in cash and cash equivalent. Either there will be increase or decrease in the cash and cash equivalent. By looking at opening and closing balance, we will get to know whether there is a net increase or decrease. Now let us say if the cash balance, opening cash balance is 20,000 and closing cash balance is 30,000. So we got to know that there is increase in cash balance. So net increase in cash balance we will get. Or suppose if the opening balance is 30,000 and closing balance is 10,000. We know that there is decrease in the cash balance. So here we should get net decrease in cash balance. So if it is net increase, it will be without column. If it is net decrease, it will be with bracket. Without bracket and with bracket. Net increase, no bracket. Net decrease, there will be bracket. Then cash and cash. Then we have to add opening cash balance to this net increase or decrease. When we add opening cash balance, we should get the amount as closing cash balance. Only then your sum is correct, or your cash flow statement, whatever you have prepared is prepared in the right way. So this is the format for your direct method, indirect method and indirect method. Only the cash from operating activities will change, but cash from investing and financing activities and this portion, everything remains the same. What changes in indirect method is only this part. So I'll give you all the format for indirect method. I'll just draw the format for indirect method now. Here is the format for indirect method. Cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 revised under indirect method. If you are supposed to prepare, this is the format. Again, it is divided into three heads: cash from operations, cash from investing activities, cash from financing activities. Cash from operating activities, the format is completely changed over here because we are including non-cash items in indirect method. So non-cash, because of non-cash items, the format completely changes. Here you can see net profit during the year we will be taking. We will be adding the non-cash items debited to P&L account. Because we are adding the non-cash items debited to P&L account, it is not kept in the bracket. Then we will be deducting non-cash items credited to P&L account. Because we will be deducting these items, they have been kept in bracket. We will not be mentioning here addition and subtraction. Only looking at the bracket and without bracket, you should identify that these items are added and these items are deducted. Then after deducting cash items, non-cash items credited, we get cash from operations. Before working capital changes, we have to adjust working capital changes. So decrease in current assets, increase in current liability brings cash outflow. That's why they are kept in bracket. Then increase in current asset and decrease in current liabilities bring cash inflow. So that's why they are not kept in the brackets. And cash from operation, by adding this we will get cash from operations before tax. We have to deduct tax paid. When we deduct tax paid, we get net cash from operating activities as this amount as net cash from operating activities. This should be added to cash from investing activities, from your financing activities. The cash flow from investing activities format and cash flow from a financing activity format will remain same. It will not change. And then we will get net increase and decrease. To this net increase and decrease, we should add opening cash balance, and whatever closing cash balance we will get should match to the closing cash balance given in your balance sheets. Is that fine? Is this, I hope this is clear to you all. So this is the format for Accounting Standard 3 revised under direct method, under indirect method. For today only so much. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please stay connected with me. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you one and all.